Well, today we're going to be doing an unboxing of an Eastwood 135 amp MIG welder. So watch along as we dig into this box. So my first thought as I'm going through this box is the engineering just behind boxing this MIG welder is amazing. If the MIG welder itself is anywhere close to the same quality as the box that it came in, I'm going to be blown away. Okay, first things first, I want to say this thing was packed impeccably. I mean, there was tons of cardboard and really nice thick foam protecting it on all sides, and the box itself that it came in is double walled. Really, they couldn't have done much more to make sure that this thing gets to you in one piece. Second, this MIG welder is heavy. Compared to the 90 amp welder that I'm using currently from Harbor Freight, it's a beast. It's got to weigh at least twice as much. And then to the 90 amp welder that I'm using from Harbor Freight, that's kind of what prompted me to get this. And I'm going to go over that here in a second. Alright, so I bought this about a week and a half ago, and I previously had the identical model, and I was actually very happy with it. The one I had previously, I was trying to do some modifications to it and didn't quite go as planned. So in a rush to get some orders out for some customers that wanted me to build them something, I went out and picked up another one of these. Previously, I could run that thing for hours and never blew a fuse. In addition to that, I never had the high temperature light come on and have the machine turn off on me. I picked this one up and I couldn't go 20 minutes of welding, and that's intermittent. It's not continuous welding, it's intermittent, extremely intermittent. And I was blowing a fuse, and then ultimately the high temperature light would come on and it would shut down the welder for periods of time that just weren't acceptable. So I don't know what's changed. I'm guessing that either something's inside of this has changed or I just got a lemon. But in any case, I saw that the Eastwood MIG welder was on sale. I'd gotten about 2 or 3 emails last week about it, and it just kept dropping a thought in my mind that maybe I needed something just a little more powerful. In addition to the fact that this one kept cycling out, this wasn't welding nearly as cleanly as my other one, and the welds weren't actually attaching to the material that I was welding it to. And again, with my old welder, never had that problem. So that's where we're at. We had to upgrade. Well, I'm no welder. But that weld right there, first time trying out this Eastwood welder, is so much better than anything I ever produced with that Harbor Freight one. Actually, both my old one and the current one I have. Here's the other side of that weld. I have to say, I am so happy I made this purchase, and I wish I'd had the confidence to make it from the beginning, but wow. If you're trying to decide between the 90 amp Harbor Freight and spending a little bit more, well, about double, and picking up the Eastwood, to me, that weld right there says it all. And the thing about the Eastwood is it's capable of doing regular MIG welding with gas, where the Harbor Freight is not set up to do that. That just is blowing me away. I'm so happy. Well, I just finished up about a half of a small spool of flux core. MIG 135 is kicking butt. This same outlet was throwing the breaker about every 5 minutes, and the 90 amp MIG welder from Harbor Freight was kicking off into overheating about every 10 minutes. So definitely a huge improvement. Let's see here. I was able to weld all of those without stopping for any reason. All right, it's late, and I just finished. But I just want you to see, I literally just finished a couple hours of straight welding, and this dang thing, it's 70 degrees outside, and this thing's at 67. I mean, it's the house. All right, so it's 63 out here, but I mean, it's in the 60s. This thing is crazy. It has never overheated the whole day. I have not blown the fuse once, and I was able to complete all of this and all of that. There's over 20 of these, one complete stand, and enough parts to complete 9 more stands, all in one day. Not once blowing a fuse, not once overheating this bad boy. I have to say that I am just dumbfounded at how great this thing works. If you were wondering or thinking twice about this, trying to decide between this and a Harbor Freight, give this a shot. I mean, I'm using flux core wire. I haven't hooked up the gas. I'm using AC power versus DC. This thing is just tearing it up. I'm so impressed. This has been the most fun I've had welding since I've started welding. And I'm not a welder, but I have to say I'm very proud of the way these welds are coming out. I mean, that is a decent weld for a guy who doesn't know how to weld. It probably wouldn't pass at the Trek factory or someplace like that, but man, I'm super happy with how this machine is welding for me. As always, thanks for watching our video. If you have any comments, put them down in the comments section and I'll try to answer them. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to continue adding content to this page.